Well, hi everybody. This is your stay-at-home grandmom, and it is midnight. And I'm going to show you some things in a minute. I just started working on a new ball. I'm just starting now, so but I have it all piled, the squares and rectangles all piled up here. And my phone is going off for some reason. I don't know why. Turn this down. I'm not sure which phone. Okay. It's not this one, so it's this one. They give you your phone, and the phone service that I have. I bought a new phone, and so he gave me the other one so I can put all my games on there. So whatever. Oh, so how's everybody doing? I'm doing fine. I just have been lethargic for the past few days. I'm adding on, knitting on. This is green. They're actually just squares because my husband wanted a heavier blanket. So I'm making them. I'm making a design. I hope it comes. It's in my head. Hope it comes out the way I want to, but it'll come out anyway. I brought them all out tonight to show you when everybody's on, and then I'm going to sew it. I might stitch it on the machine. I don't know, but I'm going to probably sew it together and then put a lining in it so that will, it'll be really nice. I forgot about how much I counted. 23. So I cast it on 40 stitches. So I need to put some lotion on my hands. I went out the bath, washed my hands and everything. Then putting lotion. And you can, well, I can tell. My hands are not that delicate, but I can still tell when I don't have any lotion on. They just seem dry and gloomy. So I guess it's windy. Looking at my window. Well, yeah, you can't see it, but maybe you can see the curtain blowing up. But I'm guessing I haven't looked at the weather, so I don't know. But I've heard other people in our region, like New York and stuff like that, talking about being windy and rainy and stuff like that. So I guess, hey, Older Joe, how you doing? I guess that they're predicting, and I haven't listened to the weather. I will. That we're going to get some kind of tropical storm or something, or some kind of hurricane. I don't know, because then they say it, then it for some reason, whether Delaware's like in a slope or something, so a lot of things pass over us, and we get some little things, but then mostly, rain and stuff like that. But you never know. So how you doing? Hey, so oh Joe, what's happened since I saw you last, which was like about maybe an hour and a half ago or something like that. I brought all the squares out. Yeah. Well, we haven't got a warning yet. No one's usually they either text on my cell phone or call me on my regular phone. And then I haven't talked to any of my Facebook groups. I bet you are. Yeah. Usually I haven't even got anything on my Facebook group in Delaware, so I'm not really sure what's happening. But I know that we haven't got a warning yet, but that don't mean nothing. Well, see, here's the one where you can sit back with your knitting, with your crochet hooks and your cup of coffee, tea, whatever, and relax. 'Cause I'm enjoying this. Like I said, I'm making a blanket, so I'm doing squares, and I'll show when a few new people come on. I'll show everybody. Really, I would have two snacks because I've got to do that whole thing tomorrow. I've got to visit other people and stuff like that tomorrow. That's going to be my day. I'm going to probably come on for a few minutes, but I'm not going to do, any. Well, that depends, but I might do that Saturday because I got to cook Saturday anyway. I usually try to cook with everybody on Saturday, but I think I'm gonna come on for a few minutes. But I'm actually going to visit everybody tomorrow and or revisit, you know, so that I can keep up with my end of the bargain, so to speak, which is hard, but I do it because they come to me, I mean, so it's only fair. I'm about to go home real quick. Sorry, I'm scared. I'm about to go home real quick. How you going home? Mary's about to get. Oh, I was going to say because you went walking around out here. So I was talking to my granddaughter. Yeah, like the coyotes and stuff around now. My granddaughter's going home for a minute. She lives around. Well, she lives around the country corner, but her sister's taking her. So, you know, because where they have us staying, it's it's rural. So we got little coyotes and things, and we got a lot of houses though now and everything like that. Like I said before, years ago, when I was the pastor down here, when I was first going to church down here, and I was pastor down here, there was the hospital. It was quite beautiful. I mean, there's the parade field out there, because like I said, this was all military at one time. They moved the National Guard out. I don't really know when they actually moved them. I know there was another National Guard headquarters up the road, but they moved them, rebuilt all that, and moved them over there. So there's no National Guard here anymore. So they're redoing all the houses. Like I said, they have special houses for people like me, who've been burnt out or whatever. And like I said, I wasn't burnt completely out, so I'm not going to say that at all. Because we really, to be perfectly honest with you, God was good. We really didn't lose a whole lot of stuff. The top floor where his man cave was and stuff like that. But hey, I bring it every day. And moms, what's up? You got your knitting needles and or your crochet hooks, and you ready to? And if you want to come on, just tell me, and in fact, I'll put the. If you just want to sit back, relax, and have your cup of coffee, tea, shot of gin. No, it's a stream out if you want to come up. I'm making still working on that blanket. I got the squares though, the squares and the rectangles. So I'm going to show them to you. I'm getting ready to make some washcloths and dish towels. I'm actually going to make a towel. I'm going to do my sweater first. Well, I got to do my Christmas presents and everything. Then I'm going to make my sweater, but then I'm going to make myself some regular bath towels. I finally got a pattern in Ravelry that makes the different towels and stuff like that. If anybody's not been on Ravelry, kind of go there because they have some really interesting things. Oh Lord, Gin, Mobs, where'd you get that from? I never heard of that. When I was a young girl, when people used to ride crocodiles and, you know, things like I used to drink gin, and I drank Seagram's gin. Yet, okay, when I drank brandy, I had to drink Remy Martin. So, I didn't drink that much. I mean, in my lifetime, I've been drunk 3 times. And I mean, and then the third time was not a charm. So I promised God and a whole bunch of angels, get me out of this one, and I will never be drunk again because I was so sick. But mostly I don't drink, and I can't drink because of the medications that I take. I can occasionally have a glass of wine. So usually when my oldest daughter comes to visit her mom, she'll bring me, I forget what the wine's called, but it's really good. And I have a little glass of that. And she should be coming sometime in October. I thought she was going to come for Thanksgiving, but she is an accountant for a hospital, and then she writes plays, and they're getting ready to do another play. So if you want to come up, come up. I put it out there. I'll put it out there again. So what's happening? What's on your hook, Mobs? What's on your hook, Ola Joe? What's on your hook? I bring it. Nothing on my hook yet. I just started taking lessons. And the girl that usually does it, she was sick, so we just sat around and did our knitting. And it's a good thing that I bought my knitting. I bring everything with me when I go someplace. So Kelly, what you cooking tomorrow? And Mobs, how's your son and your husband and everything? And how's your family? Older Joe, how's your husband and everything? And of course, Kelly, how's yours and everything? Hope everything is well. I really do think we're gonna have some kind of weather here though, because yeah, the wind. I'm watching this curtain blow. We'll see. I'm facing the river. All right. I mean, it's like not miles away. It's about maybe I want to say about maybe 5 miles walking away. Because I can see it. So but I can see it from my house too. Black bean soup. That sounds good. You have some cornbread with it or some biscuits. That black bean soup sounds good. I don't know. We My husband made a tuna salad with lettuce and onions and tomatoes and some garlic, and I made some pickles, so I think he's got one of those. I'm not really sure. And I made some things ahead of time because when I went to the doctors and I knew they were going to be taking blood from me, I knew I was going to be out for 2 days. So now, like I said earlier in my other live, um, I've got to go be ready next week to go get my shingle shot. So I'm going to do everything again, probably do it around Wednesday, and then I'll be down for at least a day, maybe 2. So who knows? Maybe I won't be, but just in case. But that black bean soup sounds so good. Yeah, it's soup weather now, isn't it? So it was soup weather before. And I casted on these stitches here. Okay, and so they're really tight. And I keep forgetting about that. And when I remember it, it's much easier. But when I don't, So yeah, they're too tight. And I do that. And then when I was casting off, let me show you so far the ones that I've done. And so this is green. So these are like rectangles and they're gonna have to be bought, and figured out. This is the long one. I don't know whether that's gonna be the bottom. So that's one. Just so that you know I'm not working on the same thing all the time. That's two. This is three. This is the really long one. So I'm thinking that this is going to be the bottom. That's four, five, six. This is seven. And like I said, I kind of visualize this in my head. So I know I'm going to make a couple of mistakes when measuring it and trying to lay it out, but it will fit. Six, seven, eight, rather. Nine, 10, 11. So there's 11 all of them all together. This green one will be 12, and then there's a few other colors so that if they're even numbered ones. So, and I have some other colors over there. I have a bunch of yarn over there, but not like you all. But it's getting there. But like I said, I just started knitting again in the past couple of years because, and why, if anybody, why hold this under my arm? Because I couldn't hold the needles like this when I first got started knitting again. I can hold them now, but then I got used to it being under my arm. So, and I remember one day I was few months ago. I was over at the doctor's office getting something, the dentist, and one of the ladies came in. Now one of the guys came in and he was saying, "Oh yeah, I crochet, blah blah blah," and he was showing me some pictures that he did, stuff like that, and I'm like, I know that men do that, but that's the first time that any man ever said that to me, and we were just, you know, blah blah blah, and everything like that. He was really really nice, and this lady came in and said, "Why are you holding your knit needle under your arm though?" And I said, "Because I had a stroke, and because that was where I had to hold it up, and I just got used to it." And she said, "Oh," and I'm like, "Why do people always do that? You knit and sew and do whatever the way you want to." I thought whichever comfortable for you, but I guess people have to get into your business. But the um, the accountant at my dentist's office, she wants me to teach her how to knit. So I said, well, what we'll do is we'll go someplace and have coffee, one of the bookstores, so that, hey, Gloria, how you doing? What's on your hook today, Gloria? Gloria, I was reading, and everybody else pay attention to this. I was reading, and this is good, not bad, you know that. But I was reading one of your posts on my Facebook page about people and money and all that kind of stuff. I applaud you for saying that because people need to get over the fact, especially like friends and close friends and family, that even that might be, you're still making things and they do not realize the time, that goes into making something. It isn't like you just crocheted them a sweater or something like that and poof, it was done. So I applaud you for that. I fell out laughing because I'm getting ready to do Delaware City Day, which we have the craft table and stuff like that out there. And then for the first time in a long time, and I'm talking, I think I had this stroke 12 years ago or something like that. I'm actually doing something at the fire hall in November, which is a craft fair and stuff like that. And I would get people saying things like, well, can this be cheaper? And I'd be like, can you not do this? Your round cardigan? Yep. The I'm putting the number up. Okay, so there's, if you want to come on, just come on because I want to see this. But I mean, seriously, people do not realize that people who make things that are crafters, spend hours, tweaking it. And because my friend, I made her a birthday present, and I kind of had to take some of it apart because I made some mistakes and everything like that. She's like, no, she was going to take it that way. And I said, no, I'm not going to do you that way. So I'm finished with it. I'll take some pictures of it and have it on, on my page. But and then I can make them another, dirty clothes basket for one of my friends' daughters and stuff like that. Those are things that I like to do, and I'm not charging her. I'm just giving it to her because her mother is good to me. Their mother is good to me. Okay, that's good. I'm happy to hear that. You know what I mean? Olajo, Ed Olajo. But you know, I I really really feel like when you're in that creative mode and stuff like that. And then somebody says, well, I'm going to pay you to do something. Then that's why I'm glad that you take, you know, a down payment, and it's no backsies on it. You're going to make a down payment. If you forget about it or you lose it or whatever, down payment's mine, because that it takes time to create and whatever. And I'm glad, because I refuse to have people downplay anything that I do. You know what I mean? I refuse to. But when I read that, I fell out laughing. I'm saying, yep. So anybody want to come on and talk and visit? Set a spell? What you all got in your cup today? Anybody got anything special in their cup? So I have my coffee that I made in my blender. I blended up some coffee, and I think now that it's better than Trader Joe's. I mean Trader Joe's. Um, yeah, that place that makes coffee. I can't even think of the name of it. Oh, and because I like it, and I can have more. I've been drinking coffee all day, so maybe I won't go to Starbucks. Yeah, that place. My granddaughter wanted something from Starbucks Friday. Yeah, and my other granddaughter said, "No." She said, "I'll go home with you and we'll make something." The younger one. But my great granddaughter, she's 14. She just started high school this year, and she wants something from Starbucks. And I'm like, I told my mother, I said, how can they just ask for $7 for a little cup? But it was a big one. I think was $7, and they're good. I can't refute them, but I'm getting good at it though. And I had a book on barista somewhere, but I think I think that might be lost, because a lot of things got disheveled when the firemen came in. I had a pile of books by my bed. They just completely just, I don't know. I think the firemen take all their aggression and stuff out when they do a fire, which is probably a good place for them to take their aggression out. But anyway, we were talking earlier, Ola Joe and I, and some of the other ones that were on my page earlier, because I came in to do a review because I had so much stuff. But we were talking earlier about just us and how we seem to take ourselves for granted because we do so much for other people. And I had to, like I said before earlier, I had to really take a look at myself, why I was, and this is when I was working and stuff too. And my work didn't make me tired. I liked my work. You know what I mean? I really, really did. I like what I did, and I did it to the best of my ability. But it was just people. And you know what I mean? And I had to really put a stop to and put brakes on me and actually tell everybody, okay, look, Mondays now, Monday, and it's still a given to this day now, because I didn't work on Monday, because I could work a 4-day week. And the reason why is because some nights the school would have meetings and stuff like that, and I needed to be there to watch parents, to talk to parents. And I made appointments for parents after work because some of them couldn't always come at school time. So it was good for me. So she said, well, do it for a 4-day week, do however you want. She said, but then I started Friday, and I'm like, nah, I need to be there on Friday. So I did Mondays. And it was good because, and then I was also a pastor of church. So I needed that Monday to regroup, rethink, and everything like that. And I began to, just really just start to feel better about myself and stuff. Because life is a rat race. But getting back to creative things and whatnot, one thing I like about being creative is looking at things. You look at things in another perspective. Like I had it's over here. I guess you can't see it. I'll try to pick it up and bring it before we end. I had like a humidifier, and when we moved here, okay, that came, but we can't find the remote or any remote to it. And I don't know what the name of the company was because it was sent to me like 2 years ago, 3 years ago to review. So most of the time, I don't log in their names and stuff like that. I just throw the brochure out after and stuff like that because I don't like to keep a lot of junk. I have enough junk of my own. And there's no company logo on it. So it plugs in and everything like that, lights up, but you can't do anything without the remote. So I just decided, let me see if I can get this. I'll get it. I just decided I'm gonna make a little side table over for my sewing machine over there and stuff like that, and put things in it and stuff like that. As soon as I finish this row, I'll go get it. And just paint it and fix it and everything like that after I get all my Christmas stuff done. You know, because I'm just not going to I'm not going to throw it out. So I was telling one of my friends, she said, well, I said, in fact, my caregiver who was also my good friend as well. I said, I can't find the remote to this. She said, really? And we looked all over and everything like that. We looked all through the boxes where the remotes were supposed to be, but the remote for that wasn't there. And I said, and you can't work it without the remote. She said, yeah, you can. So she said, well, what are you going to do with this? I'm going to make my little side table because you can lift it up. Let me go get this thing. It's right there. I need to exercise anyway. So this is it right here. Okay. So this is a little side table for my sewing machine over there because it does have a lot of drawers and stuff like that. But this is what's unique about it. This opens up. I've got to clean it. But this opens up right there. So what I'm going to do is clean it, cut the cord, clean it, and then I think fix it so that I can store little things in it. And I think it'll be cute for that, don't you? What do you think? Tell me what you think. So my girlfriend said, you always take things apart and put them back together again. I said, yep, some successful, some not so successful. But downstairs, I bought 3 of those baskets that are about this wide and about this tall. And so I had a heck of a time yesterday trying to take them baskets together. and I cut the bottom part on like that because I'm making her daughter, a dirty clothes hamper, and I made the other hamper, and it came out. Well, that was two actual clothes baskets that I put together. So I'm making her daughter a different one so that because they're two sisters, okay, and you may try, but you don't give them the same basket. Yeah, you know what? And I applaud you on that because what's funny is well, the subject is finished, but anyway, um, what's funny is when you get older, for some reason or other, your taste buds change, but so does your. I well, I can't. What I'm saying is we ain't eating right because I can get up and I have a boost every morning. That's part of my my wake up and everything like that. It also helps me keep my probiotics and my prebiotics flowing. Okay, and I take of course probiotic tablets, but I don't have that need to. I have to make myself go downstairs and get something to eat. You know what I mean? I have to make myself eat, and my husband gets so mad at me. But I've lost a lot of weight, and I've had to lose weight. So I'm really happy about that. But I do need to get my calories up and increase my calorie intake too and stuff like that because I don't want to get sick from not eating. But I do take enough vitamins and minerals and herbs that it does. My blood pressure is fine because, like I said, I went to the doctor's Tuesday and I was really quite fine. And then I got my yeah, because I drink one boost a day at least. You know, and I find that the cheapest ones are online at Amazon because if you go, because he was going into BJ's and he was buying them and he was paying like $40 a case for 24. And Amazon, they're $30 and I want to say 78 cent, something like that, either 68 or 78 cents on Amazon. And then and there's 24 in the case. Because I just bought a case today because I bought some strawberry ones and it didn't taste right. So I called them and they said, well, you can keep them, you can do whatever, and we'll just refund you your money and then you can buy another case. So I bought the vanilla. That's what I like because I've had chocolate and don't come for me, y'all. Don't come for me. Get them from where? Don't come for me. I do not like chocolate. Okay. The only chocolate that I like is hot chocolate or cold chocolate. That's it. Oh, you get them from Amazon? Okay. But they are good though. And they suffice for breakfast, you know? And when I actually like today, I yesterday I wanted eggs and pancakes. Well, we had gone to yeah, we had gone to the day of when I went to the doctors, we went to IHOP. So I had pancakes left over. I had meat left over, which was country fried steak, and I gave it to him because I really didn't like it. I thought I might, but I didn't. And I had an egg, and I had hash browns. So I brought what's left over. I brought the rest of the pancakes home, and I brought the meat home and the egg. And so I warmed everything up, and I gave him, like I said, the yeah, it's a struggle. It really is. It really is. But we both have to. But you know what you can do too is you can find things that you like that have enough calories, or make things that you like granola bars and things like that, and have those. And have like fruit, like at night before I go to bed, I have some fruit. I have little things of fruit that I get, like Dole's, and I love mangoes. And I get like Dole's pineapple and Dole's peaches and pears and the mandarin oranges I give to him. I like them, but he likes the mandarin oranges. But, and I have some of that, and that helps to bring up the caloric intake because we need more than 741. I know that. And my doctor yells at me about, she said, you got to eat a little more. And it's funny because I could eat all day, especially if something I like that I cook or somebody that I like that I cook. But see, when I was a young girl, okay, I took dancing and everything like that. So I danced it off, I partied it off, I did whatever. But as I began to get older and I began to slow down, so did my body and my metabolism. Yeah. And you can do that. You can have one handful of grapes. You can slice up some oranges, things like that. Slice. I love apple pie. I love cooked apples, but I'm not an apple eater. But I am an orange eater. I eat grapes. I love cherries. So those are the things that I buy, and then I keep them in my refrigerator. Right now, I keep them in my refrigerator up here, and I kept them up in my refrigerator upstairs in the art room when I was in the old house. So you know, I would eat that and stuff like that. But then also introduce, find out. Actually, what they had asked me to do is I'm going to put a list of all the herbs and the vitamins and stuff that I take. Make sure that you get your vitamins and stuff in there too. And then the other thing that I had to educate myself on was getting up in the morning and drinking a couple of glasses of water. And so I have water throughout the day, and I have to make myself remember that because water is not something that I have on my mind all the time. But I mean, it's a fight. And I think the older you get, the more your metabolism sits, just slows down and stuff like that. And you lose your taste for things. Things that I liked, like peanut butter cookies. I don't even think I've had any peanut butter in the last 3 years. And I used to love peanut butter. So, I mean, it's just what it is. I love cooking, and I'll eat a little bit of it and then I don't want it. So I guess what I've learned is eat small meals. And I heard I think it was on Designing Women, where the girl said she ate 7 small meals a day. So maybe that's what we have to do is try. I'm not going to try to eat 7 small meals a day. I know people that actually did their meals for work, food prep and stuff like that, but I don't work anymore. But I'm just saying, I'm not going to eat 7 small meals, but I think that I'm going to have to try to make myself eat a little bit more. So, yeah. So, me and you, Ola Joe, we like that. We're going to bring ourselves through this. But I'm kind of glad because I don't have a taste for potato chips. I do love popcorn. So, I will do that. But that's a whole different ball of wax because my doctor even said with a little bit of butter on it and some salt or whatever, she said that's a beautiful meal if you can do the popcorn as opposed to potato chips. Oh, you're a vegetarian? I didn't know that. I did not know you were a vegetarian. I eat chicken and fish and turkey. I make pork for my husband. I might eat it sometime, but I'm more of a hey Tiffany, how you doing? How's Mike doing? Um, I don't. I like lamb, but I really like fish mostly and chicken. You can give me chicken all day, every day, and I'm happy. What's up, Tiffany? You can't eat meat or seafood. Oh, okay. That's good. I'm glad Mike is feeling better. I understand. So that's probably why too. But I like fish. I don't like crabs. I used to, but I don't like crabs anymore. And that's only because I'm lazy. I don't like lobster anymore either. I've lost my taste for lobster. I think it's because I don't feel like fooling around trying to break into it. But I like regular fish, like salmon and cod and all that. But there's a lot of good vegetarian dishes though, because I my one of my friends is vegetarian, and I've eaten some of her dishes, eaten some of her dishes, and I find them to be very good. Yeah. Which one? Me? I'm making a blanket. I just showed all the squares for the blanket. Bella, it's going to be comfortable. It's for my husband, but it's a pattern that I'm making up in my head as I go along. Hey, Ray, what are you doing by Thanksgiving, Ray? I didn't even see you pop in there. How you doing? Nice to see you because I know you've been working really hard. Nice to see you. Nice to see you too, Bella. I'll show the squares again in a minute because then I'm going to have to lay it out, and I'm going to probably have to lay it out while you guys are watching so you can see what I'm doing. I like red beans and rice. So, um, I bring it. Are you doing your cooking tomorrow? Because lots of times I watch you on television, but I can't comment on there. So then I have to, play catch up, and that's how I play catch up. But what I do is I go in after and I get, like tap one and say, let you know that I'm there. But the television, really? So you can't eat? Can you eat chicken or fish, Ray? And you know what I think too? It might be what's in the meat now to keep it fresher. No, but I'm on. But I'm like I said, I'm usually in the bed watching television, and I'll see you and I'll go on, and then I'll see somebody else. But then you can't comment. And for some reason or other, It says you can, but I can't see where. You know what I mean? I cannot see where. And it's a known fact that well, it's not a known fact, but somehow or other they said that you can. Hi there, my grandchildren. Yeah. Well, have I'm not that kind of a doctor, but I do know some things about. I'm an herbalist, but have you checked with the doctor about your digestive system to make sure that it's okay, or are you taking probiotics? Because you may need that to ease through. And like I said, they have a lot of hormone things that they place into this meat. So I usually buy my meat either kosher, or whatever, and I buy it from like the farmers market and stuff like that. Or and two of my friends have farms, so I buy meat from her, you know, from both of them. Yeah, so you have to eat very slowly. Yeah, yeah, and that's why I go to the farms and stuff like that and the farmers market. I do not. Every now my husband will, and every now and then I taste the difference. You know what I mean? And when you grow up and you're as old as I am with parents who made everything from scratch, somehow or other the food just don't taste right unless I know that it's made, from someone. So, and my friend, like I said, she has a farm. Two of my friends have farms, and I buy my meat from them. So, and right now we have to get another freezer. So we're getting ready to do that sometime this weekend. But we're going to put it in the shed in the other house. So, Oh, so let me, Bella. I hope she's still on because I was going to show her. These are the things that I made. Okay, so this blanket is in my head. So I hope that when I get ready to do it, it'll fall out of my head and onto when I put it together. So these are the pieces because it looks like I've been working on one, but it hasn't. Okay, these are the pieces, Bella. Bella, do you knit or crochet or sew or anything? Anybody want to come on? I'll put it up again. I'm gonna do. Moms, where are you? This is the long piece. This is going to be the bottom piece. And like I have to square these out and everything, and I will. And this, like I said, is for my husband. So, okay, I'm actually going to start teaching. Now I'm learning. I'm getting ready. I'm taking crochet lessons. So, yeah, because I think you all thought I was just working on that one thing, but this has been since I want to say the beginning of March, and for some reason or other, none of the fire touched any of this. So I was really happy about that. All right, and I'm going to actually start knitting. I'm going to get a group together, and I'm just going to. Yeah, it's really and to be perfectly honest with you, I'm a basic knitter, so that's good for a lot of people. And I had to go back basic because I had a stroke, so it took me a while to program my brain again. So I just need to just basic knitting. I'm going to do some headbands. I'm going to do some headbands because, okay, Ray, don't yell at me. But I'm doing some things. I'm doing Dollar City Day. I'm handing my crafts out, and I'm doing I want to say November, and these are the last three. So they're all squares and kind of rectangles. And then, so I'm going to lay it out and try to, like I said, I have it in my head. So we'll just see how that happens. Okay. But sometimes when you have things in your head, they don't come out quite the way you want to, but they come out. So, you know, and like I said, we went, when he went to, we went to, I know, huh? I know I bring it, but we went to Michael's to get the yarn, either Michael's or Joann's fabric, and so then we were getting this heavy yarn. Well, they had a sale on it, so it was kind of picked over. So he was just picking out colors, and he picked out pink and purple and everything like that. And I'm looking at him like, "Who is this man?" Oh, but see, the thing is, my car, and I have not shown you the inside of my car. Okay, it has pink little leather seats on it that seat covers, and it has the pink. It's like this material here, fluffy, on the wheel and everything like that. Well, his car is in the shop getting painted. He said, "Can I borrow your car?" I said, "What?" He said, "Can I borrow your car?" I said, "You want to borrow my car?" He said, "Yeah, what's wrong with that?" I said, "It's pink on the inside." He said, "Yeah, I know." I'm like, "Are you okay?" He said, "I'm fine." I said, "You're going to drive my car?" He said, "Yeah." All right. And he did. I'm just really fluffy this year, okay? I'm happy to be here, and we ain't gonna go through the whole story, but I'll let you know why. I've always been happy to be here, you know that, but I'm even happier to be here because, like I'll say this, and then we won't mention it anymore if we don't have to. But me and my granddaughter, no, he had to go pick the mail up because we have a post office box and everything, and then check on the house and check on the guys in the house and all that. And then he probably going for a ride in with the pink steering wheel. It's the fluff on the pink steering wheel. But I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, me and my granddaughter and my husband walked out of that house. Hey, how are you? You know what this is? Right here? That was my so we're going through this stuff in my house, right? In my mother's house. And my mother was still alive at the time. She was very sick, but she was still alive. So I was going through. She told me to go through some stuff one day to find some stuff and find some change and things like that, and then take them all out. And when I went in there, I found this, right? And I said, "Mom, what is this?" Okay, and she said, "Well," she said, "No, because it had a cuffling piece on it." She said that was one of your father's cufflinks, and I'm like, "Oh." I said, "Well, can I have it?" And she said, "Yeah, what are you going to do with it?" I said, "Have a ring made into it, have it made into a ring." Okay, now, I'm paralleling now because I'm getting tired. So, she said, "Well, yeah, of course." She said, "You can have it. It's been sitting there for a decade." So I said, "Okay, well, because she had little things and stuff, and I never went in her thing. Well, her shoes, but they were always too big for me. As little as she was, she had the biggest feet. Yeah, so this was the ring, and I've had it ever since. And you know, I I cherish it because it was his scuffling. You know, but she said she had no knowledge of where the other one went, and I said, "Well, one will do." I mean, one will do. So it's been. I've had it for years, because she's been dead over 40 years, and she was alive when I found this. I know you like that ring. I know you do, Ray. But it means a lot to me because I don't have a lot of pictures of my dad because my mother, like me, was not a picture taker. And I don't have a lot of, I have his, some personal things and some things I gave to my son. So God knows where those are at. I gave him some of his Navy pictures and those kinds of things and whatnot because he never knew it. So, you know, But I have him in my heart, so I'm fine. Yeah, I mean, because I wear him every day. I wear him every day. You know what I mean? And I'm sentimental like that. When it comes to any of my friends or any of my family, I'm very sentimental. Yeah, but this was like years ago. I really don't think that I would be able to find a jeweler to do that now. My mother was alive. We're talking, and I was married to the other husband. Um, and my kids were little, so I'm thinking Rena was 12 and Joseph was about, she was about maybe 10 or 9. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, and that's how it is. You know what I mean? So, Diaz, what did you have today? What'd you cook today? And how's your day going and everything? And Ray's, how was your day? Because we know about everybody else's but Ray and Diaz. So, tell us what you cooked and you know what's in your cup. And now I can't. I really can't, unless it's an old jeweler. Because there's still some old people around that are good jewelers, but because we have a farmers market here, but one of the jewelers, he sold his, and in fact, I knew him and his wife. He sold his business and moved to Arizona, and that's something that I could not do. I wanted to take silversmithing, and learn how to do things with it because this is all so encased in silver right here. All right, and I wanted to take silversmithing and learn how to do the jewelry and stuff like that. There's not enough. Well, now there is, but there weren't enough hours in the day. So that's something that I didn't do. Okay, all right. What'd you have, Ray? So I guess it's safe to say because it's almost the end of September. Okay, what is everybody planning for Christmas? I'm going to, starting in October, I'm going to come on at least 3 days a week and make things. I'm going to chai chai spice tea. That's all. You better eat something, girl. I'm going to come on at least 3 times a week. And actually, I think what I'm going to do is tape it first and then have it come on. You know what I'm saying? And I won't be live with that because I'll be live doing the knitting and then the teaching part of it as well. Because I'm actually going to teach for some particular school online. They approached me. So I said, well, yeah, because I don't, but I also told them, I said that I do basic stuff now because it's easier. And so it will be a, adapted for people who are kind of handicapped and stuff like that, but still want to learn it so they can get back in the groove. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. And then you can make a lot of, and then as we go along, I'll teach them like knit and purl and, some other little stitches that they can do, but nothing so very intricate because my brain, what used to be wired at remembering things, does not remember so well. And there's a lot of people out there like that. So, I'm adapting it to people like me, and then people who are not like me, but that don't want to do all them daggone stitches because there has to be, and I have one of the books, but it's downstairs, there has to be a million stitches. Okay, yeah, well, crocheting is not my thing yet. I went to my first lesson last Thursday. So, and we only go once a month, but the girl that teaches it wasn't there, so we all knitted. But I will be learning crocheting. But the candles and stuff like that, I will be, going on. And candles do not have to be hard. Very easy. Okay, very easy. Now the DIYs and stuff like that, I'll probably come on and do those after the first of the year. But little things like your light switches and stuff like that, and how to dress that up and how to make that real pretty. All of that will be done for Christmas presents, and of course for the art shows that they're having here. The two art shows that I'm doing, I'm only doing two. I'm not going to push myself because I have to make presents for people too, for my family, because they get very upset. I'm talking very upset if they don't have certain things. Okay, you know that I had to make. If you're looking on my community page, I've had all the little blankets and stuff that I made for all my grandchildren. I still have to make one for each daughter. Okay, this is my husband's. Everybody's going to hopefully get a blanket for me, and have something, to remember me by, but yeah, I can't. And I never could watch a video except for cooking, okay? Or sewing I could watch, but I could never watch a video with knitting and crocheting where I could actually get what they were doing. I have to be a hands-on learner for that, and I've always been like that because, like I said, my mother taught me to knit. Okay, see you soon. Are you coming on tomorrow, Kelly? You have your cooking show tomorrow? Because I'm gonna come on. So let me know. Well, that's okay. Yeah, okay. Just email me and my what did I have for that? I had some corned beef hash left over, and I had some of that. My husband made some tuna fish salad with all kinds of things in it. So see you soon, Kelly. Love you. I'm going to yeah, well, I know about all of that, the soccer games and things like that. Well, not soccer, but the football and the basketball and the ballet and all that. I don't miss a thing. I love McDonald's fries too, but I can't eat them because they're thin and I choke. So, but I had some corned beef hash. Again, like I said, my husband made tuna salad. So when I get off here, I'm going to go down and have a little bit of tuna and clean up the kitchen because I know he left it a mess. And I can't go to bed. I can't go to bed with dishes and stuff in my sink. And usually I'll tell him to do the dishes and stuff like that. I don't know whether he did or he didn't, but hey, I have to look. You know what I mean? That's just me. So everybody, it is now 9:03, and I'm getting ready to pack it in and go get a little something more to eat. And I took my shower and everything because when I get finished with you, yeah, yeah. But this has been happening to me since I was a little kid. And that was really the only thing that was wrong with me, other than that, having a few colds and mumps and measles and things like that. I was fine. But it's revisiting me again. You know what I mean? I've always had like dry mouth syndrome and stuff like that. I think all husbands make a mess when they cook Diaz. Okay. Okay. All right. So I'll come on because I won't be doing anything at 6:05 tomorrow, and I can watch her cook because I like seeing different things. I'm actually, getting ready to do a cookbook. I've done some other more technical herb books, but I'm going to get ready to do a cookbook and things like that. I'm going to do like one part and I might call it one, like one potato, two potato, one pot, two part, three pot meals, because especially I wish I had known years ago about the one part meals, but other than the crock pot, they didn't have a whole bunch of stuff, or I didn't know that they had it. Let me put it like that. They may have had it and I just didn't know. And as much as I read, you thought maybe I would know, but with no computer and stuff like that, because back in the day, we didn't have a computer. Okay. Nothing to look it up or anything like that. It's hard. Yeah, I like to watch anybody cook. Yeah, and one parts are essential because had I have known, and there was like a couple, but had I have known how to put together the one parts when my kids were coming out, then it would have been so much more successful for me. Because I was a stickler for trying to make them have wholesome meals, and their fruit and their vegetables and all of that, and I would pack their lunch and everything like that. And like meal preparation and stuff like that, we didn't know anything about. My mother cooked. My mother did no did what I did, and that was on Saturday night. She would cook 2 or 3 meats and things like that, and then she might do like potato salad or mashed potatoes and stuff like that. So that got us through to Wednesday. But the meal preparations and stuff that people do now are just completely beautiful. And if I had known about that, it just would have been so much better. You know what I mean? I would have loved that. Because I had a big enough freezer and stuff. But hey, you live and you learn. You live and you learn. So I'm still learning about it now, but I'm loving it because it takes you 20, 30 minutes to cook a meal, and stuff like that. And then you're done. And then, my thing about dishes, I have paper dishes, the story. If you don't know the story, I'll tell you the story. One day I looked at my dishes and I said, I'm tired of these dishes. I took all my plates, my cups. Okay. I do have knives and forks. Okay. And the glasses and all that, put it out on the sidewalk and said, free to a good home. It was gone in an hour. And I've been buying paper plates and paper cups ever since. Okay. So I don't even, I just get decorative paper plates for the holidays. I set a really nice table with decorative paper plates. So I'm going to get off and go get myself something just a little bit to eat. Yeah, I mean it's yeah. I mean, and it's not a challenge as much as it was when my kids were coming up. You know what I mean? And like I said, they have football, baseball, basketball, plays, you name it. Okay, and to be here and there. And I'm one person because their father and I were divorced. So, and he was in Georgia and I was in Boston. So, and my brother helped me a lot. He really did. He would like, oh, okay, I'll take Joe to basketball games or everything, basketball, whatever. And he said, you do Rena. So he was really good about that. Because he at that particular time didn't have any kids. He didn't have his kids till later. And by that time, my kids were grown, pretty much almost. But yep, paper is my friend too. Okay, there's nothing like having a bunch of dirty glasses and having to wash them when you got paper cups. I don't care. It just costs a little money, but hey, that's my cigarette and drug money. Anyway, and I don't take drugs and I don't smoke cigarettes. Good night, everybody. I love you. Take care of yourself, Ola Joe. Get something else, a little bit more of a snack. I love you. May God bless you and take care of yourself and hold your family close. And bye-bye, and I will see you in the next video. Love everybody. Peace.